Welcome to another video from Reports Your Way. Oftentimes, all the data we want for a report is contained in a single table within our database. Using the JET Report Wizard, we can easily create an entire report by answering a few simple questions. Once we click the Report Wizard button on the JET ribbon, a new Excel workbook is created so that we do not overwrite any existing worksheets in our current workbook. The Report Wizard interface will open, and our first step is to select the name of the data source we want to access. Clicking the arrow in any of the text boxes will display a pull-down list for that information. If we are working with a multi-company data source, such as Dynamics NAV or GP, we will next select the specific company we want to access. The last step on this screen is to select the database table from which we want to retrieve data. By default, the Report Wizard will show all the tables, and later on the fields, in our database. If we have set up favorite tables and/or fields, we can click the star symbol next to the item we are selecting in order to display only our favorites. We can scroll through the list, or type in the text box to find those tables that match what we have typed. Once we have finished our selections and click Next, we can select the fields we want in our report. Notice that once we've selected at least one field in our report, the navigation pane on the left becomes available. Once you are familiar with the Report Wizard interface, you can move around to any of the screens rather than using the Next and Previous buttons. For now, we'll stick with the buttons. We can adjust the order in which the fields will appear in our report by clicking and dragging them up and down in the column order pane on the right. When we have selected all the fields we need and put them in the order that we want, we'll click Next. The next screen allows us to set filters. Clicking the funnel symbol in the Filter Value box will display a list of available values we can use in our filter. If we check the Add as a Report option box below the filter, the option to set the filter will be displayed to anyone who runs the report. Clicking Next, we can group the data in our report by any field we are including in the report. Later, we'll also have the option to include subtotals for any numeric fields we have selected. We'll click Next, and here we can sort our data by any of the fields we're including in the report. We have the option of sorting the field in either ascending or descending order, and can include multiple levels of sorting if we wish. For this example, we'll simply sort our list of customers so that those with the largest balances are shown first. Once we're done, let's move to the next screen. If we've included any numeric fields in our report, we'll have the option to create totals for those fields and to display subtotals for any groupings we may have created. Let's do that for our balance field, and then click Next. The next screen gives us the option to add basic Excel formatting to our report and/or to use Excel's data grouping feature to outline any groups we may have included. Excel formatting adds freeze panes and also bolds and adds borders to any subtotal and total lines we've included. If we elect to use the grouping feature, this will add standard Excel grouping based on the grouping levels we selected earlier. By default, the groups will be collapsed when the report is run and can be expanded by the viewer. Let's select both of these so that we can see what that looks like. Finally, we are presented with a summary of the report we have defined. Once we have reviewed this and are ready to proceed, we can click the Finish button to create our report. The Report Wizard has created all the functions we need. We can see the report option for balance, Excel formatting has been applied, and the Excel grouping is on the left. When we run the report, we are prompted for the value we want to use for the customer balance. When the report finishes, the groupings are collapsed, but we can see the subtotal for each. And when we expand a group, each group is sorted by balance, largest to smallest. By making a few simple selections as we are guided through the wizard, we've created a report that makes it easy for us to analyze our data. And this concept could be applied to any table within our database. Thank you for watching this report from Reports Your Way. We hope you'll view the other videos in our YouTube channel.